Hello. So as promised, I am doing a video tutorial of how to make Granny's hot rolls, but we're making them Tiffany style. So say hi, Daisy.
Hi.
I got my little helpers here, and I'm going to make the healthier version of Granny's hot rolls. So FYI, Granny's been making these hot rolls since long before I was born. We'll just say that. And we don't really have a specific method of measurement. So if you're a bread maker, you kind of understand the concepts. And if you're not, I'm going to kind of give you the rundown here. But instead of sugar, I have replaced... I'm gonna flip the camera around here if it'll let me. Nope, it won't. Okay. So I have replaced sugar for Splenda. And I have, instead of Crisco, which I have the lovely Crisco up in my very disorganized cabinet, I keep my Crisco up here. I normally would use the Crisco to make my bread, but we're not doing that. We're doing the healthy version. So I've got this coconut oil right here. And I also use light salt. It is the exact same thing, basically, as using regular salt. And I use rapid rise instant yeast. So it's fast acting. It takes a lot less time for it to rise. And normally I use 3 of these little envelopes, and they come in a pack of 3, but I am cutting my recipe down to a third because it just makes a lot of bread. So anyway, I'll kind of go ahead and get started, give the rundown. So you need a spoon kind of like this. So for size, if you look down here, it's about that big next to my hand. My granny calls this a tablespoon. So that's what we're gonna call it, is a tablespoon. So you need this spoon. Otherwise, your measuring isn't gonna work. Hey, Daisy.
Hi.
So, and then I've got my Splenda. I've got the best, Shawnee's Best all-purpose flour, coconut oil, light salt, yeast, and we're going to be getting some water. So anyway, that's the rundown of the ingredients. And I also have a bowl for mixing, and I have this bowl right here for the bread rising. So for that step, I'm going to set my phone down and we're going to kind of get started here. If I can get it to not fall over. Daisy, you might have to hold it in a minute. So, okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna take this measuring cup and I'm gonna measure out, or I'm gonna get 1 cup of sort of warm water. So when you touch it, it feels a little bit warm, but it's not hot. And it's definitely, whoops, there it goes. It's definitely not cold either, okay? So I'm gonna get a little bit of water. There goes the phone. Lean it up against the wall there. There we go. So we'll test the water. Feels pretty warm. If your water is too hot, it will kill the yeast. If it's too cold, it will not activate the yeast. So you have to have it just right. So I'm gonna pour it. Yeah, Daisy's giving thumbs up. So I'm gonna pour it in the bowl. And then I'm gonna take my yeast and I'm gonna open it up. I'm gonna put it in the bowl.
You wanna make sure there's no plastic.
Yeah. So 1 little packet of yeast, 1 cup of water. And I got my Splenda. Yeah. I'm going to take 1 of these tablespoons of my Splenda. and I'm gonna add it in. It helps activate the yeast quite a bit. So I'm gonna stir it up. Let you guys see this. Stir it up. You can kind of hear it bubbling.
Smells like oatmeal.
Yeah, it kind of does actually. That's the yeast smell. So we're gonna stir it up, let it sit for a minute. Can you get me another spoon just like that out of the drawer, Days?
Yeah.
And we're gonna put away the Splenda.
Like this?
Yep.
There you go.
I keep several of these spoons because, like I said, that's how I measure. And as the yeast is sitting there, you'll see it, you'll watch it, and it kind of starts to bubble a little bit, okay? Or sometimes it gets a little bit foamy. And the next thing I do, hold that, just like that. Okay. Yeah, that works. Okay. The next thing I do is I get my coconut oil, open it up. And normally when I'm using the full recipe that Granny makes, I would do 3 of these. Heaping is what she calls it. And when I say heaping, it's like double, triple heaping. So normally we'd use Crisco, but I've found that this works almost as well. And the bread's a little bit sweeter. So I take my spoon again. I've already got one in the bowl here, okay? So I take my spoon and I just kind of dig into my coconut oil here. See what I mean by heaping? It's definitely heaping. And then
It looks like mashed potatoes at the same time.
So then I just put it down in the bowl. See it? There we go. Oops. Oh.
I didn't mean to.
Oh. Yep, it's still going. Okay. So we put it down in the bowl. And, okay, hold it right here. Right, there it is. And then I kind of divide it up, kind of mix it into my yeast a little bit, and then I just kind of let it sit for another minute. While that's doing that, all right, nope, leave it there, leave it there.
Okay.
Little helpers. Little helpers. Yeah, we are not the Pioneer Woman around here. We might cook as well as a Pioneer Woman. Take that, Ree Drummond. Anyway, but the way we do things are Granny style mostly. So I'm gonna measure out some flour. Normally when I make a full recipe, we would have the size of pitcher. Yeah, there's my other helper. We do the other size of pitcher that's quite a bit bigger. It's like, it holds like 7 or 8 cups, something like that. So this recipe, since we're only doing a third of the recipe, I am gonna measure out like 3 cups of flour. And that should be enough-ish. 3 cups-ish, 2.5-ish, something like that. So I'm gonna get some of the flour out. Thumbs up.
Right now we're getting a good start going, Mom.
Yeah, think so.
Mm-hmm.
You are?
So have you ever messed up doing this?
Oh yeah. Say hi, Scarlett. It is May the 8th. Daisy's birthday is tomorrow. Scarlett thinks that she needs to wear a Christmas shirt today, but we don't follow any rules around here right now. So anyway, our yeast is kind of looking good. So what we need to do next, hold that up, is get some of our salt, because remember the salt will kill the yeast if we do it too early. So we're gonna get some of our salt, and I'm gonna measure out about 1/3 of this tablespoon, not too much. Put it down in there. Normally we would do a whole tablespoon of salt if I was making the whole recipe. Hold it like this, right here. There we go. And then I'm gonna slowly start adding in. Yep. We don't have professional photography around here. You gotta kind of put it on the bowl too, Days.
Can I please? Can I help
It's
with
a little
you
much.
guys?
Little much.
Whoa.
So we start.
I want to help with you
Yep.
guys.
Let me have that. We start mixing in our flour little by little and stirring it in. Okay.
Hey.
Hold the camera right here. Thank you. Don't drop it in the bowl. Yep. Adding in a little more flour and we're
I want to
stirring.
do it, Mom.
Hey, no.
I want to stir it.
We're stirring.
Can I scoot over there?
No. Add in some more flour. And we're gonna do that until it starts to kind of separate from the sides of the bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. Yep. We're getting messy around here. Separating from the sides of the bowl a little bit.
Mama,
Hope nobody's
help
getting
me.
sick from these master photography skills.
Hey.
Okay. So our bread is starting to separate. Let's hope we didn't forget anything here because I'm slightly distracted. Hey, no, stop.
I want to help you, Mom.
Yeah, you're always
And we're
a big help.
slowly making the dough.
Yeah, we're making our dough here. We're
Oh.
mixing
And-
everything in.
As you keep mixing, it'll start to get harder,
Yeah,
and then you
okay.
can start.
Okay, you're helping by just kind of hanging out, sister.
I just want to
Yeah.
help you.
If this isn't entertaining, I don't know what is. All right, so we're starting to mix it in. And we're getting our dough going here. Everybody see this? Nope. All right, we're kind of mixing it in. Oh, yep. Don't come over here and eat my bread. We've got hair in it. Don't judge, I'll eat it. I promise. I will eat this and I will like this. So, we are getting our dough ball kind of going here. All right, Scarlett, we got to step down, sister.
Down.
Okay, now camera's going back over here. Okay. All right, so the next thing we need to do, I got my little helpers in here. All right, get back. We're gonna flour our board.
Can I help do that? I want to help do
No.
that too.
Mama's hands are the only ones that are clean for this. No, that doesn't mean wash them. So, let me get our
Then you start to knead
bread
the
on there.
dough.
Yes, Daisy's got this down. She has watched her mama and grandma, great grandma, I should say, do this many times. And trust me, I probably started making this bread with my grandma when I was younger than Daisy for sure. And then it wasn't until I was much older and started helping with Thanksgiving and Christmas and family get-togethers, I started not becoming the bread maker. Grandma's still the bread maker, and Amber, my sister-in-law, she does a great job making this bread recipe, and she's kind of made it her own too with the coconut oil. She hasn't tried the Splenda yet. Shout out, Amber. You got to give it a try. Oh, nope. We don't do that. Anyway, also don't attempt to make bread when you have small children helping you. So what we're doing here is called kneading, and we just fold it, knead it. My girls know this process. They've watched many times. So,
Especially me.
especially Daisy, yes. So we're gonna fold it, knead it,
It's like
fold
some
it,
slime.
knead it. No, it's not like slime. I guess it could be kind of like slime. Keep your little brush back, baby.
Can I touch?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so we're kneading and folding, and we start feeling a good, thick consistency and all the flour and everything's mixed in. We don't want it to stick to the board. Fold it, knead it. Nope.
The flour on the thing is so that the dough doesn't stick.
That is exactly right, Daisy. Okay, hands back, baby. All right, so what we need to do next is we need to make sure, I've got my little dough ball here. Don't touch the dough ball. I get my coconut oil or Crisco if that's what you're using, okay? And
Don't touch. Scarlett!
oh,
She
no.
touched it.
So I get a baggie because I just do not like that oil all over my hands, which is crazy because I've got flour and everything else, dough on my hands. But I get a little bit of this coconut oil on a baggie, and then I get my metal pan and I grease. That way, when the bread is rising, stop. Don't do that, baby. When the bread is rising, it won't stick to this pan that it's rising in, okay? So, here
Like I said,
is our pan, okay? Or our bowl, I should say, our metal bowl. I love the metal bowl because I really don't have a reason why. My grandma, that's what she has her bread rise in. Okay, let's give it one more zhush. Okay. Nope. And we fold it and knead it a little bit more. And then I just kind of work it like this until it's in a nice round ball. And then I'm going to take it. I'm going to sit it inside my bowl. Hey, get down, please. Like that. Sit it inside the bowl. And I'm going to bring my bowl over here to the oven so that nobody really touches it. And then I'm going to get a tea towel, like so. And we are going to put it over the bowl. And we are going to let this bread rise. Hey, get down. No. If this isn't entertaining, I don't know what is. It's just always a good time around the Nelson house. So we have our bowl. We're going to let it rise inside of this bowl under this towel. Until it's risen, basically. But I know for non-bread makers, that makes no sense at all. So it's going to double in size. So I'm going to guess that it's going to take mine an hour or so to get to the height that I need it. And I will return and I will show you what I do with it next. So stay tuned and we will be making dough balls.